Hey everyone, it's Adam here. We're down at Redhead Beach this afternoon, and as you can see, it's just a gorgeous afternoon. Well, it's Monday, and yesterday was Anzac Day, and you know what? We have got so much to be grateful for. And so I'm particularly thankful for the men and women of our armed services who serve our country with so much dignity, and also very, very thankful for the men and women who have lost their life in combat defending the freedoms of this great country. So today I just thought I'd bring a quick couple of thoughts on gratefulness, because today I'm particularly reminded of how grateful we should be as a nation. You know, last week I was on the Gold Coast. We had a pastors conference up there, about 2,000 pastors from all around Australia gathering to worship Jesus and to believe God for a great future for our churches across this land. And I was having a conversation with a guy who was working in a store where I was buying a pair of shoes on throughout the week, and just got chatting to this guy and realised this man in his late 50s and had kind of an accent, not from Australia, obviously. And so I asked him, mate, where are you from? He said, well, I'm from Argentina. And we kind of bounced back and forth about steak and rugby, all the things you do when you're talking to a guy from Argentina. And this is the thing about this man. He was so engaging in this conversation, so attractive in terms of someone to talk to because of his demeanour, his attitude. He had this attitude of thankfulness, this attitude of gratitude, if you will. And he just was telling me stories from his childhood where, you know, his parents had to flee Argentina because of the violence, because of the corruption, because it was just a very unsafe place to live. In fact, when he was a boy, he was kidnapped from outside of his home and ransomed. It's only that his parents were relatively wealthy that he was able to get back to his mum and dad. And so in his teenage years, he made his way to Australia and quickly realised that in our country, you're free to pursue your dreams. This is what he said to me, almost verbatim. He said, I am so grateful. I'm so thankful for the nation of Australia, where we can be born, where we can live in a country where we have the option to be successful and to pursue our dreams. And I thought to myself, man, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than living in a country where you can follow your dreams. And so, man, it was just such an eye-opener to me and such a challenge to me, because how often do we think of all the things that aren't going well, or how often do we focus on the things that are negative around about us, and we forget to look at the things that are good and the things that we should be grateful for. So here's one thought. There's a guy by the name of G.K. Chesterton, easily one of the greatest writers and thinkers of the modern era. He says this about gratefulness. He says, I would maintain that thanks are the highest form of thought, and that gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Happiness doubled by wonder. What an incredible thought that is. That we can be people that are so caught up in the wonder of things that it stirs this heart attitude of gratefulness. I can also read a scripture to you. Many of you would know this scripture. It's Psalm 107 verse 1. You've probably seen it on a calendar or on the back of your toilet door or on your fridge, or many of you would have even sung it in church. It goes like this. Psalm 107 verse 1. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Let me tell you, we've got so much to be grateful for. A God whose steadfast love endures all day, all week, all year, all decade. No, it says it endures forever. Man, we've got so much to be thankful for when it comes to our God. Mate, the fact that Jesus came to the earth, died on a cross, defeated sin, Satan, and the grave so that we could live free here on earth and have a home in heaven when we die. Man, let me tell you, we are thankful. And if you're not thankful today, I want to encourage you, maybe take a moment today to sit down, reflect, pray, and ask God to show you things that you can be thankful for. Man, I got to tell you, we have so much to be grateful for. You know one thing I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for the fact that you're watching this video today. And I want to remind you that if there is still a breath in your lungs, come on, if you can still fog a mirror in the morning when you get up, God is not done with you. He has so much more for you. And I'm grateful, I'm thankful that you haven't given up, that you're here today, that you're toughing it out, that you're living life. And I want to encourage you, no matter where you've come from or where you feel like your life is heading right now, if you would take a moment to thank Jesus for the fact that he's got you this far. And I guarantee you, he can do so much more. He can do exceedingly, abundantly more than what we could ever think or imagine. So be encouraged today. Be thankful. Choose to focus on the things that are good in your life. by no means am I trying to minimise the challenges that you may be going through, but I want to encourage you from Redhead Beach, where life is good, to love Jesus because he sure does love you. God bless you. Have a great day.